We hear color speak all the time, like I'm feeling blue or I'm seeing red. But can colors really influence our behavior, moods, and emotions? Well, joining us is a color historian and author, Carolyn Pernell. Welcome to the show, Carolyn.
Thanks for having me.
When it comes to color, how much of what we see really influences how we feel?
Well, color psychology is real, but it's complicated. What we have to remember is that perception is always a mix of biology and culture. And culturally, our perception of color has changed dramatically over time. So, green is a great example. We tend to think of green today maybe as earthy or calming or a natural color, but, originally, it had nothing to do with nature. And in the 19th century, people actually described green as an anxiety-inducing color. They often associated it with madness.
So what other colors have dramatically shifted in their associations and perceptions over time?
I think yellow is also a great example. So when I mention yellow, what do you tend to think?
I associate yellow with being scared, maybe.
Really? Not sunny or happy. I'm impressed.
Well, that's true. It's a sunny yellow day. Yeah.
Well, I think your first answer was closer to what someone in 19th century Europe would actually think. They thought of it as a kind of depressing color. It was degenerate. It was associated actually with prostitution. So the French historian Michel Pastoureau has pointed out that in Russia, all of the administrative papers relating to prostitution were yellow. They were called yellow passports. And brothels had to have yellow signs outside identifying themselves. It didn't start out actually as a happy, sunny color. That really only changed in the early 20th century. Because of sports. Like, it was such a visible color on the field. It started being used and people gradually began to associate it with leisure and with happiness.
Interesting. So how about the color black? I heard somewhere that, and there's a lot of golfers that wear black. Phil Mickelson, Gary Player always wears black, that if you wear black, you win more. So any validity to that? And if so, I'm going to wear black next time I play.
Well, there have actually been studies that show that NFL players, when they wear black jerseys, they get more penalties. So I think there is, this feeling that black is a color of power. Everyone feels like a badass when they put on a black leather jacket or a little black dress. But really, I think that that's because the association with that color is coming from you and it's not coming from the color itself. So I would say that if you feel like wearing black on the green is going to give you that extra power, then it probably will. So go for it.
I know we discussed it on the show that if you notice, all the fast food chains use yellow and red to stimulate our appetites.
Yeah, marketers know that color means money. There has been research that shows that customers only take 90 seconds to make a decision about whether they're going to buy a product, and 60 to 90% of their decision is based on color alone. So yeah, that means huge money for those fast food brands that know how to use those colors. But whether it's science or whether it's marketing they're tapping into in our psychology, who knows?
Fascinating stuff. There's a lot more to color than we realize.